Hi guys! So I'm recording on my phone for the first time, and also I have a whole like vanity desk area, but for some reason the lighting in here during the times I'm filming is just so much better. It's so like aesthetically not pleasing with just like this in the background, but it's the best lighting, so that helps me and it helps you. So today I was planning on doing like a short and sweet video per request of my friend Allie, who just wants something simple and short because apparently she doesn't want to hear what I have to say, so she needs it shorter. Anyways, so my plan was to just tan during my lunch outside really quick, and I was like, okay, I'll just put on some sunscreen, and like normally I wouldn't wear eyeshadow for an hour to the beach, but gave me an excuse to make this video, so I was just gonna do like a basic eye look with some mascara, and I already have sunscreen on. I looked outside, I have my bathing suit on. Raining. There was no sign of rain anywhere on my iPhone app. This is why I shouldn't trust the iPhone app, because it didn't say rain, and now it's raining. I think it's supposed to stop, so I haven't taken my lunch yet because I'm kind of hoping it will get sunny around 2, and instead I'll take my lunch at 2. So fingers crossed for me, because it's like the only time I can tan anymore. Anyways, so short and sweet look. This one's for you, Allie. I'm using the Tati palette purposely because I know Allie has this palette, but also because, if I can open it, I'm gonna be working with the browns, and a lot of palettes have colors similar to this, so it really can work for most people. I forgot my primer, so I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know if you can pause and restart on this, so I didn't want to risk it. Okay, so I've got my primer. I use the MAC Paint Pot. I don't even have a mirror with me. I guess I have my eyeshadow palette, but I'll just use my phone for now. And I just grab a little bit on a brush just to get it a little tacky. Nothing too extreme. And then I don't know if this step is necessary, but I do it just to set it down, just so it's not as sticky. Just in case, like, because if it's sometimes a little too sticky, I feel like colors might appear patchier because it's going to stick differently in different spots. So I'll just grab a neutral color and run it over that just to kind of set it down. In this case, I just used this. The lighting's making it look super light, but it's like a light, bony, a little darker color. And now I set it down. So now, transition shade. I think this look is gonna have 3 shades, so easy. Besides that setting one, which doesn't count. And first you're gonna go in with a blending brush. I don't have the name of this one, I just know it's Morphe, but it faded. And most brushes will say like blending brush, because that's what it does. So they're normally fluffier and bigger, because you're not trying to be compact with this color. You're trying to blend it out and transition it. So I normally grab like a light brown, especially with a look like this, and it's just gonna make it seamlessly transition. So, and it's not gonna look harsh. It's gonna look a little more natural. So I am gonna go in with this brown right here. Any like neutral brown would work. And when I do this, I'm gonna grab from the bottom of the brush so you have a looser hand. You don't wanna go in with a super heavy or like tight grip, because if you're holding it all the way up here, you're not gonna be able to move it as easily, and you're gonna be pushing harder in some spots than others, just like naturally. And if you do that, then it's not gonna look as blended. So I just grab by the end of the brush really lightly, straight on normally. Sometimes I catch myself like going down, but try to go straight on, just right above the crease, sometimes into the crease. You're basically just trying to get it like right in here but not as precise. So once you lay the color down, you just keep kind of, I like tend to sweep, do some circle motions, just really get it seamlessly blended out. And I tend to go from like the end of my eyebrow all the way to the inside when it comes to transition shades. So that's the difference between this eye and this eye. And then I do sometimes add a little bit just to this corner, swirl it around in there. You realize couldn't see what I was doing. Now I'm gonna do that on this side as well, real quickly. And I don't edit these videos, so whatever ends up being the final time, that's how long this took me. So ideally it's gonna be pretty short and sweet, just to show how simple you can really go with this. Get that corner again. Okay. Now, that was the transition shade. Now I'm gonna go in with a shimmer. I choose to go in with a shimmer just to give it a little pizzazz because, I don't know, that's just who I am. Can't be too boring with my eyeshadow look, so I like to add a shimmer. Sorry guys, just had to touch my work mouse. You know how it is in quarantine, so. I'm gonna go in with this. This is considered a metallic in this palette, so it goes matte, sequin, metallic, glitter. And I'm gonna use my finger. I just like using my finger for anything with a shine normally because it's just easier. When I use a brush, I usually wet it, and that's an extra step. And I mean, the shimmers just go on with your fingers so nicely, and fingers you just kind of press. Oh my god, my phone fell, sorry guys. Shimmers you just kind of press in, so using your finger is perfectly fine because you're just kind of pressing it all over the lid. And like I said, this is just a nice basic shimmer or metallic. It's not gonna be like this huge pizzazz, like pizzazz. Why do I keep saying the word pizzazz? I don't know. Pow, like it's just gonna give a nice glisten to it. And sometimes I'll go in with like a brush just to get the inner eye, and again, like it's flatter, not fluffy, because you're trying to pick up as much product, pack it on there. But sometimes like just with my nails, I can't really get in that inner corner as well. Now on to the outer corner. So technically, like, you could leave this. If you were, I would just go back in with the transition shade and like go over the corner a little, but I'm gonna go in with a darker color, add some dimension, and that's gonna be this dark brown. And with this one, I grab a more compact brush. It's still not super, like, it still has a fluffiness to it, but it's a little skinnier, not as fluffy, so it'll pack on the color more. And I always tap off the brush, especially with the dark browns and outer corners, because you don't want to go in too hard, too fast, because then you just are screwed. So with the outer corner, I pack in the color first, and then I start moving it around, getting it a little more into that crease, a little below the transition color, into the crease. Pack it in a little bit more, move it in, smudge it a little just to get it more. Again, you don't want just like a straight line here. You want it to look a little more natural than that. So that is that eye. So now we're gonna go in and do the same thing. One thing I will say is I normally, gotta be honest guys, hate browns. I hate them. I don't know why. Like, I do so much makeup. I know what I'm doing with makeup, I like to think. And of all colors, dark browns just really get on my nerves. I feel like I can't get the pigment where I want it to be, or sometimes like it'll lay it'll look patchy on me, and I don't understand. Maybe I'm just like more picky with browns, especially because they're darker, so like I want them to look like perfect. But this palette, they do blend really nicely, I would have to say. So now we lay down the darker color, and then I just go back in one more time with the transition shade just to get it all blended. And then, my personal preference, go in with a slightly lighter color. In this case, I'm going to do the Sequence of the Aura, which is a little lighter, and I'm just going to touch that inside corner. I like doing the inside corner basically like anytime I do eyeshadow because it helps brighten up the eye look, and it helps make your eyes look bigger, makes them pop more. Sometimes like I'll go in with a super white color, but again, this time we're just doing natural, so it's not that noticeable, but it does something. Okay, then we're gonna go in with mascara. I'm gonna use the Rollerlash because I'm not curling my lashes. I'm not doing 2 different types of mascaras like I'll often do. I'm not doing anything like that. So the Rollerlash one is nice because it curls your lashes a little bit. So, and that's because the brush is rounder, has a curve to it, and it's firm too, which I like. I like those types of mascara brushes. And then the next step is the lower lash line with eyeshadow, which you don't have to do. I just like doing it because it makes it more cohesive. So you could go in with the same brush with your transition shade that you used earlier, but I go in with a slightly smaller and narrower one, and I just run it across that lower lash line. So even if I was doing like a hot pink on eye look, I would still go in with the transition shade first, and then the pink over it, because the transition shade's gonna go a little lower. Then with a more compact, you're gonna go in, I got that dark brown, and I'm gonna do the outer corner, blend it in. And again, this is how I like doing my looks. Some people would prefer to skip the lower lash line. Okay, and then I forgot my pink eyeliner. So I use pink eyeliner on the bottom because I think black can be a little harsher if I'm going for a natural look, and the pink just makes my eyes look bigger. So I use Marc Jacobs, and the pink is just a more natural look, so that's why I use pink. You can use black, you can use brown, you could skip bottom eyeliner, you can use eyeshadow, lots of possibilities. So like I said, mine's like a pale pink, and I just run it on there. And I don't use top eyeliner when I'm being lazy, so. Then one step I'm debating doing that I sometimes do is, I don't think I'm gonna do it today just because I'm not really doing anything, but sometimes like if I do want it to look a little darker, I'd grab like the black in this Tati palette on a brush like this. It's like super small, angular, and I would grab the black and I would just put it like probably here to here, like just a little bit in the corner. But I'm not going to do that today. I am going to grab mascara though and put it on the bottom. I love the Rollerlash for the bottom eyelashes because it does have that curve. It really hugs the bottom lashes like super easily. And that is that. So 3 colors. It's been 15 minutes. I didn't start immediately, so it's super easy. dark transition shimmer, a mascara. I think it looks pretty decent. Like I said, I don't normally wear browns, but this is something like I'll wear to work just because it's not super in your face like a lot of my preferred eyeshadows are, and it's so easy. And even if you wanted, you could just grab like a transition shade and throw that in your, where you put your transition shade, like even a bronzer if you're already using bronzer, and just throw that in your crease, and that will give your eyes dimension, and that even one color bronzer even in your crease, you could be good with that. So yeah, this is the finished look. I tried keeping it shorter. I did succeed. It is a little shorter. This is a basic eye look. So yeah, I hope to you tune into my next one. It's gonna be neon, so completely different than this look. Actually, it might not be. I think my next one's actually gonna be, I'm gonna ask people what eye palette to use. So actually that will be my next one. Viewers pick. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in and can't wait to see you next time. Thanks, bye.